Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Kane's Corner. We got a very controversial on today. I brought him right in, and I'm not even gonna go to the open. Fuck it, I'm gonna bring this guy right on. Drew makes a crazy video. Kirk says you're waving your arms, trying to get in on there, but the controversy really falls with Drew is, in some of maybe the posts that he's put out there. So I just kind of want to go back because I get criticized a lot for not knowing things. I know Sneakers and his team. They think everybody knows everything about what's happened over time, and I did not pay attention to any of it before. So Sneakers, a lot of times he saves a lot of receipts. This guy is very detailed. I'll give it to him. He keeps good records. He sniffed you out. I don't know how they figured it out. Whatever. I mean, I guess your picture looks the same on both accounts. It's probably not that difficult. I give him too much credit, but maybe start from the beginning, Drew. Just kind of like how you heard of the show, and then how you became. I can imagine how you became entangled with Sneakers, but just kind of walk us through it.
Yeah. So this was a long time coming, I think, and so I've been a fan of the show from the beginning. I think Kirk is the most talented broadcast personality out of New England.
Wow, there's a switch. Okay.
Yeah, I do. No, I'm in it, right? I'm a big fan of Kirk, and I think he's super talented, and I think he knows what he's doing, and I think if he wasn't a spoiled rich kid, I'd probably be friends with him growing up. He's my type of person, so
Really?
I've always followed him. I'm into it. It's fascinating. I like it. Due to previous jobs, I've always just kind of lurked, but I've been a troll. I've had troll accounts. I'm not gonna lie.
How many accounts have you had?
Oh man,
roughly, if you had to guess.
Couple dozen.
Okay.
I've had a bunch
Wow.
get suspended, and I just on to the next.
So I was talking about that yesterday. What did you get suspended for? Do you remember? Like what kind of stuff you got
No,
suspended
I would
for?
just say awful shit. I would just say awful stuff. I would say
Like,
offensive
in
stuff.
general,
awful
what are we
stuff.
talking about here? Like awful, like
It
you
would
give any
be
examples?
politics. No, and it wasn't all just in the Minifan world. It would be politics, sports,
Okay.
entertainment. I'd pick
going
fights
at
with
people, just at
yeah. I'd
people?
pick
All
fights
right.
with people in the comments,
All right.
stuff like that. I'd drop
And you would get
bombs.
you get knocked off for saying something, then you get knocked off again, and your account would be gone.
Yeah.
Okay, stuff like
It'd
that.
happen quick 7-day suspensions. But I had fun with it. It was, listen, if you've never sent an anonymous tweet that was offensive, there's a rush to it. So I kind of enjoyed being a troll, right?
Okay.
And eventually started getting into Minifan Twitter, and I've had a bunch of, as far as Minifan accounts go, probably 12, 15, I'd say, maybe more. And those weren't always ones that got suspended, but I would move on to the next one.
All right. So how did the Sneakers thing come about? Just because Sneakers is always fucking with people, and you were the next target for the week, or?
Yeah, that's it. It started. I've been trying to go legitimate for a while, and
Okay.
as I kind of got into it with people, and to go back a little bit, I was partying quite a bit,
Okay.
and I was catching shit a little bit earlier from anonymous Twitter trolls in my DMs about like posting at 1:00 in the afternoon. Like if you've never partied hard, then I don't know what to tell you.
So you were up all night until 1:00 in the afternoon.
Or
Jesus.
like
Wow.
taking naps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
What are we partying with? Like, give us a little lowdown of your little drug cocktails. Anything exciting?
yeah, I would try. I mean, I would have at one point. I would do whatever you got, but
Okay.
obviously the drinking, Coke, pills, just about any type of pills, which turned into the fake pills.
So what are the fake pills? What exactly are we talking about? I don't know what that is.
Like I would never buy a pill off the street now because that thing
Okay.
probably has fentanyl in it.
Got it.
I would just assume that at this
you were
point.
buying it off people off the street. So.
Yeah, I remember getting from Dominicans who were like, "Oh, we manufacture it in the Dominican."
Okay.
I said, "I don't think there's a manufacturing facility in the Dominican." So
I doubt it.
yeah, I would kind of do whatever, I've done some mushrooms, some LSD, whatever.
Okay. I mean, that's nothing like cocaine in itself is, I mean, I don't know. That doesn't, I'm not gonna give you the pass for that, but I'm just saying, so you meet up with sneakers, whatever, you see them online, you guys are going through and how does, and I know you said you forgot, but whatever, but it is kind of concerning when you think about, I've done stupid things, I'll just be honest with you. I posted a picture of sneakers in a banana suit. I'm sorry. It still is funny. It wasn't funny because the guy that posted it was doxing his family. I didn't know. Of course, again, these morons, these fucking losers in that chat are sitting there pretending like you should know. Why would I know? Why would I know who this guy is? I have no idea. I should have checked better. I own it, and I didn't clear off the tweet quick enough. I'm honestly, I'm not that bright. I'm not Twitter smart at all. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, then I realized kind of what was going on. He just like snapped, and I was like, oh shit. So I knew something was really wrong. So I'm just thinking from that end is like, if you're posting those things of somebody's kids, it is kind of concerning to think, even if you are messed up, it's still that to be your instinct to do that is very concerning, I would think, right? From other people's perspective.
Yeah, for sure. That I apologize to Sneakers for it. And
how many times now? Where are we at? Because he likes like 20 to 30, I think, right?
Oh, all right. He wasn't accepting my apology, so I told him to fuck off.
Okay.
So maybe I'll go. Yeah. So you're saying maybe a few more times for the apology?
I don't think it's gonna work. I think I think like that is probably where it is. I'm just wondering. Is there anything else out there that we don't know about?
I don't know if they. I'm hoping that they found everything that they're gonna find already, but who knows? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not gonna say no.
All right. So now you're saying you're not doing that stuff. You said you were married.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not doing that stuff.
Drugs are gone.
Drugs are gone. Yeah, I'm doing awesome. And I wish I could tell more about how well I'm doing, but I'm not going to say too much more about myself because I got like 30 guys in my DMs telling me they're going to
why don't you go through that? What's been going on?
Today's been a good one. And so now, first of all, if you saw on the label of the show, it said Drew disappeared. Listen, I'm not on Twitter 24/7 anymore. Mm-hmm. I before the last couple of days, I had only gone on usually at night before bed or something like that when I'm winding down the night, maybe when I'm taking a shit. But these people in my DMs are on 24/7. If you don't respond in 5 minutes, you're a pussy, scared, and ran away. And even the dipshit, whichever one of those dipshits wrote up the timestamps for the show said Drew disappeared. Drew didn't disappear. Drew has a fucking life. I'm not on Twitter all the time. I'm doing other shit. So sorry if I don't respond right away.
Drew disappeared. Are you talking about the main show description, or what are you talking
about? It's on like the podcast description of it.
What do you mean Drew disappeared? I don't even understand that.
Saying that I like ran away. I think, but it wasn't. I was not on Twitter. What the fuck you want me to tell you?
Sure. So they still saying stuff. I know they're probably looking for information. They want to know where you live.
Yeah.
Your family is. Yeah. They're trying to get all these things, and I guess like this is the way they retaliate. And, hey, look, somebody's going after my family.
And listen, to be fair, there's like other guys being way worse than Sneakers. I got other guys like trying to fight me.
Who do you got? What are we talking about here? Do you want to expose them? I mean, I'm not even saying in a bad way. They just they're doing it, I guess, out of the love for Sneakers. But is anybody want to say anything?
It's weird. To? No, I don't want to give them the shine, but how
many DMs are we talking about? You're getting here now.
Let's check it out. Are they gonna start DMing me right now? Is this live?
It's live. Oh yeah.
No. Who's gonna get in here first?
It's just a DM, right? We could just erase it, but is one of them Don the Jeweler? He's probably one of them, right?
No.
Don's like a pile. Oh, no, he's not. He's kind of like a pylon guy. So whenever everybody jumps on, he gets on last, and then throws his haymakers. But he's never the one to start it. He's always the one to kind of just get involved when everybody else is involved. But so he's not one of them.
No, there's a I didn't know this. I don't even know how I got in it, but there's a chat called Trolls. It's called Trolls. First of all, it's called Trolls.
Is it a good chat? I never heard of it.
No, there's a bunch of fucking losers in it.
Really?
These guys are dorks. They're
way.
they're going 24/7 on it. They think they're funny. They make jokes. They're not funny. I can just picture them in their mom's basement jerking off and thinking they're hilarious. And they're like, "We're gonna get the new guy." I don't give a fuck. You guys are dorks. Nothing but. I'd say there's most people aren't responding, but the handful that are active are fucking losers.
So you're
Those
doubling
guys can
down these
kick
guys.
rocks.
You're going back at them. You're going to keep the fight going here with the trolls.
Oh, I'm
But you're
just.
a tro- but you're
I
a
don't even
troll,
know.
right?
I don't even know what's going on with it. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be trolls. This is supposed to be a comedy podcast. It's supposed to be fun. No one's having any fun. Everyone's shitting on each other and saying we're gonna.
In their defense, he did post stuff about his kids. I mean, you showed me the
I
pictures
did.
yourself, and I
did.
don't know who scribbled out the faces, but it is a serious crime.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that for a second.
Sure. Okay.
Because Kirk said that on the show today, and big Kirk fan, but I think he's wrong on this one. And I think if you go back to the Survivor season finale when he went at Steve Che's kid, so hard he had to go on the Yak the next day and explain that he was joking. And that it wasn't really about Stephen Che's kid; it was about Stephen Che, and that's the same. Everything in that clip, and I'll see if I can find it and retweet it. Everything in that clip is the same thing that applies to Sneakers. I was fucking with him so he can call my mother a whore and a cunt and say he's gonna kill me and beat me up and all this shit, and you can't fire back.
So I think maybe the difference is in that situation. I understand what you're saying. That was a pretty. I don't think I wasn't a big fan of when he did it either. I got a little criticized, but I thought it was over the top what he did. But he wasn't. It's a little different when you post pictures. I think I just think that's a different entity.
Fair.
But I understand kind of where you're coming from. It's just a different thing. But I mean, I can, Kirk. He goes in on people. We saw it today. That last 10, 12 minutes, which was very entertaining. I don't know what you thought about it. I think again we're seeing it. I don't know what's happened. I don't know what's happened. People are very sensitive. Pat Ford, Mutt, Justin, maybe Mick a little bit. For forgetting what this is all about. What did you just say it was, Drew? It's a comedy podcast. But I guess the other stuff I'm not gonna condone that. I wanted to bring you on anyway, but I don't know. I think it's gonna be a tough line for you to fight because those pictures are damning.
People are upset. People are
They
really
are
upset.
upset.
I'm getting a lot of threats, and it's pretty wild. The stuff, and the funny part is there are these anonymous accounts doing the threatening, right? The same thing. So. I'm gonna have to weather the storm and see how it goes. But yeah, I mean, I shouldn't have done that. Hand up, but at a certain point, like, what do you want me to do? You don't believe me? Don't believe me. I was a wild man back then. I'm not anymore. And
listen, I got a feeling after this now they're gonna leave you alone. I think that's what'll probably happen. They're pretty not relentless at all. It don't make you want to drive off Twitter every fucking day. They're not that way. So I'm sure they're gonna let you off the hook here.
Yeah.
I just think it was a bad move. I know you were whatever when you hide behind the drugs.
No, that's not, and I someone else said it's not an excuse. I agree, it's not an excuse. I was just saying that version of me would never do that, and that version of me I think was a bad version of me. So I did some things I'm not proud of.
Yes. So, obviously the people in the chat are going, they're not too happy. Some are, some aren't. We got a lot of sensitive people. I mean, you got to realize, I mean, this is different. I'm not talking about what happened with this, but in general, it's just a sensitive little world these days in the Kirk universe.
What about Kirk's responsibility in that? He's the ringleader of this circus. If it's tense, it's because of him. He's got to do something to diffuse it. There's an army, and that's part of the Minifans. But there is whatever army is coming after me right now.
But that's not on him. You know what I'm saying? That's because you posted those pictures. I mean, that's
all right.
Not that it's okay or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't even know what the correct response would be. I've never done that. Again, like I'm getting knocked around just for bringing you on, but
yeah,
end of the day, like, I mean, even Kirk said it, like Sneakers should come on here. Where is he? Where the fuck is he? Like, he should be on here talking to you about if it's really that big a deal. I'm sure it is a big deal.
Was he invited on though?
Yeah, he knows. He knows. He could send him a link, do whatever. Any of these guys, they want to come on talk. I'm not going to let them fucking, go, start derailing the show. But I mean, if they were like, hey, I want to come on and talk to this guy, and that's fine. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else they want. I get it. It's it's an awful thing to do, but anyway.
Can I just say one more thing about facts? Because I was on Mike and the Minifan.
You want to rip facts? This is the fucking place to do it. Let me tell you.
All right, then.
Fucking all-time low right now.
All right. Go ahead. Listen, facts called me a piece of shit. I spent 15 minutes with facts after the Mike and the Minifans episode, and we had a great conversation. And I would say that for him
facts called one right there. Yeah.
Yeah, and during that conversation, Sneakers came up and he was talking shit about Sneakers. Right. And he was hating on Sneakers, the fucking rat. So he says, I'm a piece of shit. He doesn't understand anything that was going on. He's coming fresh out of the army or whatever military. He needs to, it's clear he's a follower, but he needs to realize he can't just follow any fucking retard that steps in front of him. He needs to be a man, have a mind of his own, and look into things. He can't just blindly follow, especially in this world. So without having the whole story, he's calling me a piece of shit when we had a great conversation. And I would say that's more reflective of the person who I am. So I didn't realize why everyone was hating on him for hosting the show, but now I get it. He's a fucking scumbag.
Wow. Jeez. I don't know if I go that far with facts, but he's I don't think he has no understanding of the show at all. What he thinks is good isn't. The fucking Mike and the Minifans is so dreadful with him right now. It's a fucking, there's no laughs. I said about Sneakers, he's right. It's fucking brutal. You had a good cast on this week. I'm sorry. You had you on there. You're a wild card, whatever. Nobody knew about the stuff ahead of time. That guy, Brandon from Connecticut, you got to do something with him, right? Just kind of glossed over and just talked to, he just wanted to think about himself, and all he cares about is him talking and whatever the fuck he's trying to do, get the bar stool. I don't know. But he needs to be better. Today, he's fucking carving up John from Scranton. They're going back and forth. They're fucking eating each other alive. Two fucking idiots getting played by Sneakers and crew as they eat each other alive in the chat. Fucking, you know what I mean? There's no fucking loyalty to these guys. They don't stick together. They get dismantled.
Spineless.
Unbelievable. Just fucking all-time low right now for facts.
And I'm gonna add. Terrible. I'm not
good
doing
on the show though. He had a good show appearance. I'll give him that.
He had a good show appearance, but I'm never doing a show with him on that network again. And
fuck that network anyway. Why are you over there?
I'm done. I'm with the Menners Network now. I'll do anything you guys want me to do. I appreciate Menners giving the green light and you giving the green light. Fuck everybody else.
Unless there's more troubling stuff, we'll see.
Yeah,
something that's
hopefully
really
not.
out there that's going to change everything. I mean, this is. Right. I mean, it's still. It's not great. But I mean, at some point we got to, move a little past this. I don't know. I don't think they will. I know I'll get shit for this, but it is what it is. Anyway,
can we move on to Bubba? Can we talk about this for a second? Because this is okay, right? This doesn't cross any line, even though Justin was clearly bummed out about it. But now that I got my Bubba bottle,
I think he heard you. I think he heard you say something because he kind of brought it up today and kind of took my side a little bit, didn't he?
Oh, I missed that.
You missed it. Oh, yeah. Like, you kind of was like, Kirk was like, oh, getting all sensitive too. And he's like, well, I understand what Mo was talking about. So, yeah.
Yeah, but he's not standing up to Kirk. He's not saying, let's not talk about Bubba because Bubba could really die tomorrow.
Sure.
Right? Oh, it's funny. It's funny. To me, that's not that funny.
Freddy, Lynn's in the house. We'll get right back to you because I got a few things for Freddy quick. Freddy, great show tonight. Great show. First off, Ted Sellers was 3 up, 3 down that we ripped you. Not Kane's Corner. We'll do that when you come on because now he said he will. Nick's also agreed to come on, which is nice. We'll see. But Freddie, what happened with that background today, Freddie? It's one click in fucking StreamYard to fix that? What is going on?
So you begged me to come on before you knew that the background was going to be different.
Oh, no, I'm just
that's your first
first
question? That's your first fucking question?
That's my first critique. I got a question. Why would you let that happen? Why are you letting him fucking run over you? Go ahead.
I don't choose the background. I click record on the stream. I'm not a producer. I don't edit the shit. I click record. I go. I bring my talent to the screen. I know, in the fucking the wild Menors world of the West, where you're just doing whatever you want because you're the only talent on the whole fucking network.
What I'm
What
saying
I
to you,
did is I
Freddie, is
hit
if you were on the
and
Menors
It's
Network,
John's
your
job.
background would have been right. You
It's
would
John's
have
job
had
to
the
change the
fucking
fucking
link ahead of
background.
time. Go ahead.
So who are you
Go ahead,
blaming?
sorry.
You blaming me?
No, I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming you.
So
what
then
I'm
what's your
saying to you
question?
is,
What
I
can I do
told
for you?
What did I fucking tell you? I said, don't go to that network. What'd you do? You went over there. You were disloyal. The only reason you were
You
talked
said
about on the
that
main show
after
at
I already
all
premiered
was
my
because of
show.
Menors. That's it.
You didn't know about my show because I didn't tell you about my show. Because I knew
What
you
an
would beg
idiot.
to be on it, and you still did it.
What an idiot. You should fucking lucky man is go live. He had a lot of work to do today, so he didn't go live. But what were you thinking? Again, people are jumping ship. What are you doing? You're going to stay on that network? He doesn't give a fuck. I heard you on that show. Hey, can you send me the link? You said it on GVE yesterday, right? Send me the link so I can do the show. When did I send you the link for this? 2 days ago? A day ago? Ready to go. We're on
Yeah,
point over
because
here.
you only have one show that you have to worry about. John has 15 things going on in the background. I don't blame John. I think you need to take a look at the
Okay.
mirror, do some self-reflection, and realize that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I do know what I'm talking about. It's not that hard. StreamYard is not hard.
Okay,
it's not
change
hard
the
at all.
background right now. Change the background of this show right now. What's the problem?
Wow.
What does
Woo.
it say, the Kirk Minahan Show Network? Why would it say the Kirk Minahan Show Network?
I'm just telling you, this is how easy it is to do. It's one click.
Wow.
You know what I mean? This is what I'm trying to tell you, Freddie. It's not hard. What I'm telling you is he doesn't care about the fucking network.
I guess
Menors
they
cares.
could. I
What you
guess they
want?
could teach the one trick pony one trick.
All right. So good show today. Bobby Costa ripping into my grammar. Didn't like it. But I'll say, I said this to John and Warren. They have a way of ripping you, but you kind of don't mind, because it's so nice.
Ripping me? Who ripped me?
No, ripping anybody. They just the way they do it is just it's classy, It's not the Kane way of ripping people. But so anyway, both of you guys, we got Drew here. Do you have anything for Drew, Freddie? What are you thinking
Drew,
so
hi,
far?
nice to meet you.
Nice to
The
meet you.
hair's not for me, but you're making waves. I don't know anything about all the background and all that stuff. That's not for me to decide. But you're making waves. It is what it is.
So Freddie, today's show, what'd you think about BioDude?
I thought BioDude was a little less crazy than we expected. I thought he was understated, but smart, intelligent, definitely nervous, definitely autistic. But that's sort of what
I thought he was
those
very
of us
good
that
for his
know
first
him
appearance.
expected. So I thought it was a great performance overall. If he's not back in studio, that's a crime on Dave Cullinane.
Yeah, he'll be back. And I thought, too, also, like, he got put into a really good spot, actually. I think those three guys helped him out a lot. Like, and it'd be three people there. It wasn't like him and just Blind Mike, which is a little tougher. You got Steve from Gloucester who can talk, and Mutt is a regular. So I thought it was a very good show today. I really liked it. Good show. Drew, what'd you think?
It was good to see Steve from Gloucester back there. I like Steve. I think
Yes.
he's good to have on the show. I like that he's in and out and he's out there doing his thing.
Good. So, Drew, what do you got for us? Any critiques of the show? You got some choice words for Justin, I heard. Kirk, anything you want to get off your chest? Well, you made that video, so what was the thinking behind that? You waving your arms. You got a lot of views. I saw it. Was that strictly just to get on the show, or do you have any plans for that video, or just putting yourself out there?
No, yeah, just putting it out there. Like I said, I've been trying to go legit for a while, but it was in response to because they talked about my appearance on the show, and I think it was one of them who said that I made the show. Facts. Just to kind of put that out there. Maybe go back and listen to that part. Facts. It was a C+ because of me.
Wow.
And if I wasn't there, it would have been what? An F, if that's where we're coming from. So,
wow. I mean, Brandon did okay.
Yeah, when he was awake, he did great. Yeah.
Sure did.
But I think one of the things Cullinane brought up a couple of times was about, him setting a limit with Kirk. And that's kind of where I think he cherry picked a little bit, but it was more that Cullinane was beaten down by Kirk, right? He
Yeah.
was forced to quit. He left with his tail between his legs. He got made fun of for a while. Who knows what happened to him for a little bit, but he came back and he made something of himself. He got himself a big following on TikTok. He became a savvy industry insider, and I think it's a different Cullinane Kirk relationship now, and he's not shitting on Cullinane like he used to. And he is doing that to Justin. And I think Justin gets a lot of shit where if there was someone else in there that he could shit on, then it would be a little less for Justin. But Cullinane clearly has a respect or a little panache that Kirk only goes so far with him. And he doesn't talk to him the way he did the first go around. And
Freddie, you think this stuff's going to work on the main show or what? What do you think?
No, I'm just concerned. Like, you begged to have me on. I'm confused. You're doing just KMS talk. What, like?
I just
you're
told
using
you
me here
before.
because your network is flailing. I'm a little confused.
Flailing. We got people jumping ship. You should be jumping ship too. They fucked up PRC's show too today, right?
Jumping
He's
ship.
not happy.
I'm on week 2
Yes.
of my show, and it's only getting better.
I don't know about that. I'd say your first show is better than today, but I mean that's fine. I mean, Freddie, it's a good show. You know, I don't know what else you want to say. But you should be, happy that you went on the wrong network. You've put out a show that
So
you
why did you
doesn't
beg
even
me to
have the
come
right
on tonight?
background.
That's
You
what I'm
fucking
confused about.
What about?
Why did you beg me? Do you want me to say it slower or define each word? Why did you
Do you
beg
know,
me
do you know
to
what the
come on
word? Do you know
tonight?
what the word? Do you know what the word "beg" means?
Yes, when you said please, can you come on? What
I
time
didn't
does
say
it work for
please.
you?
I said, "Do you want to
Please.
come on?"
Oh,
That's it.
why
That's
is your
not
window
begging.
so small? Are you the president? Yes, I'm the fucking president.
Yeah.
So answer. Why did you have to beg me to come on tonight to just go over KMS talk that I just did on my show, which is 100 times fucking better than this?
Bye bye, Freddie. See you later.
see you, Freddie.
Freddie's just a bitch. Just got lit up and he can't handle it, so no worries. Anyway, go back to Drew. What do you think about Freddie? Not great.
Why is he so angry? Why is everyone angry?
I don't know. I don't get it. He needs a little timeout. I don't know what his problem is, but just upset because his show got mangled today again.
What's his show? What's his show? I never.
It's
I
called
don't.
Fireside Chat. It's pretty good. It's nothing. It's nothing that's never been done before. I'll just say that he's had some good guests on. It's fine. He's just another guy that he gets on there and doesn't realize. Like, again, I was going to say it again to him. The only reason Freddie was a guy that's just been on John's show. He's loyal to John. He's loyal to John. Nobody gives a fuck about John's show. It's not a show. If you're doing a show on the network, you would think that Freddie is trying to get the content onto the main show, right? That's probably what he's trying to do. I would say that would be the main cause of all of us on here that are doing shows are hoping to clip something that gets on the main show. So he got on. The only time he's ever been known was that top 50 list. Really, he's been on a lot of content, but he's been on the GVE show nobody watches. So then manager brings him on. He puts him on the panel. He does a great job. Then his first instinct is to go, you know what? I'm going to go back to the place that had no promotion of me at all. Nobody give a fuck. His show comes on the first week. It's pretty good. Now again, the background's not right. I just showed him. It's one click of a button to fix the background. That can't even be done for him to start the show. PRC show today gets dropped, not even in the premiere, just dropped. Like, this is the kind of effort that these guys are putting into the show. So, I mean, again, like, managers, you say what you want about them. I know these guys don't really know them. I work with them a good amount. Behind the scenes, manners is great. Everything's organized. You know what you got to do. You're on point. We talk about what we're doing for the week, whatever. Everything can be handled on one network. This is not that hard. It really
sounds like Menners acts like an adult.
Yeah, he just runs the network.
Yeah.
Whereas guys like Freddy gets upset because he knows I'm right. He knows I'm completely right. He's disloyal. Now, we're going to have to drop a show every time he drops a show. I mean, what else are we supposed to do? Like, we don't really have a choice, right, Drew?
I don't think so. Yeah, if he was here and then left, then he is disloyal.
He just left. He just took off the show again. I don't know what his problem is. I fucking would never fucking beg the guy. to come on his show. I wanted to ask him a couple questions. He got kind of cunty. Yeah, that is what
Fuck
it
'em.
is. Yeah.
Fuck
I
'em.
also had another guy that was thinking about coming on, but I think he's not going to do it. Another troll chat guy. But
How
anyway.
long have you been doing this for, Kane?
I don't know. It's a good question. I have no idea. Maybe a yearish, maybe a little less. I don't know. I think since like April of last year, I think I started. I did a show with Mick Fuss Daddy, and then we just went, and I just kept going. Yeah.
Awesome.
So what are your plans now? What's the next steps? You gonna think about doing your own show or go on more shows? Or
No, I'm probably gonna stay off Twitter for a day or two. These people are relentless, so I don't know. I'm not. This wasn't my plan. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm trying to figure it out. I have been enjoying the show. I'm still enjoying the show. Twitter just took a wild turn today in the last 24 hours. So
yes,
I have to see how this unfolds. But you know, I just want one last attempt to say, hey, I apologize for what I did. I don't think it was all that bad. The lines are blurred. The lines are gray and blurry in this world. And, you know, even though I have a bottle of death for Bubba,
yes.
it's funny, but not funny. I can see both sides.
It really
But I think
bothered you that he made that joke, huh? Did it really bother you Kirk made that joke?
I mean, no, I think it should bother Justin. And I think Justin is being a pussy because it does bother him. And he would rather Kirk not do that, but he doesn't want to say it to Kirk. And that's something I think Dave would say because Dave's kind of Kirk started to touch on a few things since Dave's been back, and Dave said, and they don't talk about it. Justin, on the other hand, he'll roll with it, but he gets cunty when it happens. So Justin has to have his moment where he sticks up for himself or throws a hissy fit and breaks his computer and leaves for the day. But at some point, he has to be a fucking man and start defending his family. And if I was Justin's father, I'd be ashamed of him. If my son didn't say, hey, stop talking about my grandfather like that, I'd disown him. I hope his father doesn't hear that. Justin should be embarrassed by that.
All right. You got anything else? I want to be clearing out of here soon. Anything else to get off your chest?
No, I think that's it. I'm really not a bad guy. I love the show. I really like Justin. I think he needs to step up, though. I think Kirk was a huge hypocrite for saying there's a line about people's kids, and I do apologize for crossing that line.
Good. I hope he, hope he
people
accepts
fuck
it.
up. You know,
think
mistakes
he will,
happen. And apologies. So.
So
yeah, that's it. I thank you for having me on. Menners, again, thank you for giving me the platform to speak my case. And to all the Twitter trolls in my DMs, fuck off.
Yeah, I'm sure they will, you know.
Yeah, right.
All right, Drew. Thank you. All right. That was Drew. I don't know. I don't know what to say about Drew. I don't think he'll be on the show. I think it's probably not going to happen. We'll see, maybe. But those problematic DMs that he's going to continue to get are going to continue to happen. Freddy is just a bitch. He came on, you know, you can't even defend yourself. Whatever. You know, I feel bad for you that you have a guy that doesn't care about your show. What I'm trying to tell you is, Freddie, if you came over to Menners Network, we would take care of the show. You know, people would care about it. They'd make sure it was featured. They'd help you with anything that you needed. But, you know, you'd rather be disloyal to Menners, which is fine. It's your prerogative. Go your own way. Your show is good. I enjoy it. I'm going to watch it every week. That's for sure. But, you know, if you want to come on and pretend like I begged you to come on, then that's fine. But I wouldn't beg you to come on. Anyway, interesting. John from Warren. I don't know if you're going to do drips this week, but if you're not, I don't really, told a story this week on his appearance that he, first of all, Kirk with the potatoes and the chili is unbelievably ridiculous. I have never heard of such a silly thing. Crazy. Fucking potatoes and chili. It's disgusting. It's almost as bad as a white chili winning the contest. But John Warren said they had a chili off in the neighborhood. They had to bring a chili. There was going to be a tasting, and when he got there, it was an entrance fee, a contest fee or whatnot. So he tells that story, which on its own is already a little crazy. I mean, you're spending money on ingredients to make all the chili. The people hosting it, I would think, in my opinion, I guess if there's prizes, I guess I can see that a little. But even then, everybody's making their own chili. Maybe you ask people, hey, if you're going to bring your chili, bring a side with you or something. So there's enough food, and the payment part is weird. But the part that he left out that I just, when he told me this, I couldn't believe it, is that these same people, during Halloween had a Halloween like house or a Halloween, a haunted house, and they charge an entrance fee to the haunted house too. The same people. That is absolutely wild. These guys are just pocketing money from the town people. And it's right on brand with John and Warren to not even ask. That shit, I told him it bothered me so much that he didn't ask what the entrance fee was for. No. He didn't care. I couldn't believe it. But that was a wild story. These same people are charging for the haunted house. Man, people are nuts. I actually give them credit for the balls to actually ask for money to go through the haunted house in a neighborhood when you go in there to trick or treat. Yeah, I need $10 to go through my house. Wow, crazy. So Nichols worked of free advice too for Andrew Augustus in his Puff piece, which is, I think Kirk nailed it when he said nobody cares about their guest less than Andrew. I think it's a weird. I'm just thinking of the concept in general. So he is blasted on these things when he's doing it, and the other person is sitting there completely sober. I was thinking before when he was first talking about it was going to be like they sat together. I don't know why I thought this stupid thing now, I guess. And they both were going to kind of be like, each smoking weed and having a conversation or something. But like when one person is completely blasted and the other one isn't, I don't understand how that's really going to be a long-term situation of a podcast. Who the fuck would want to sit there and look at him drooling on himself? I would just say, like, if you want to do an interview show, do an interview show. Interview people you're interested in. There's no chance that he was interested in Clem. I just don't buy it. It didn't seem it. When you saw that interview in Clem, he just talked. That dude can talk. But he had like zero interest. I don't know. I thought that show is I like Gus too. He's a funny guy, but that is this Puff piece, watching him drooling on himself while he's doing the interviews is just not entertaining at all. There's nothing to it. I just find it to be just a weird thing where one guy's fucked up and the other, I don't know. It's just an odd thing. What else we got to do here? Fireside chat. We went down. Well, we're not going to go into that. Ooh, oh yeah. Mick said he'll make a Kane's Corner appearance. I think we'll ask Ted Sellers too, because he seemed kind of interested. I haven't really bothered Ted because I don't want to bother him too much. He likes to laugh. This might not be his spot, but listen, if Ted says he's going to come on, we'll bring him on. And I also thought today was interesting with the Minifan of the Year. I was talking to somebody in the DMs, and they actually did make a good point that Kirk rule out people off the list, which was interesting. So like he kind of didn't rule out that it could be somebody that he said he already ruled out. But in my opinion now, I think which the pick that would kind of fit for him right now is Clemmer. Seems odd. I think it's one of those picks that the fans might be like kind of annoyed by a little bit. He likes to piss off his fans. Clemmer's been around all year. Nothing spectacular per se, but he has a lot of content with the show. I just think he's the one guy he's been nominated. Look through and see nominations for him. Kind of fits. It also could be our guy, John and Warren. Oh, John's off. That's right. John's off the other side. That's right. He's eliminated. So I'm gonna go with Clemmer. I think that's who will eventually win. I thought it was interesting. Now he's gonna have those first and second teams of Minifans of the year, which is pretty funny. And these guys are fighting for it. I mean, it's nice to see guys trying to fight for the position. I mean, I nominated Cinema Lords and start calling them Cinema Frauds. Not really fighting for it. Not good. Not good, Cinema. You gotta keep going here. You gotta fight for this thing. Mike is fighting. I say what you want about him, but I don't really think he should be, but it's gonna be hard to kind of push this guy away now because he is going for it. I know everybody's sucking him off of that Dale stuff, which was very good. I'll say, I mean, people have gotten Dale to do this before. Perfect. Just worked out, and he's on a heater. And again, Mick is on a heater too. Mick, I was in the DMs with I don't know what her name is now. Something that girl from last night. I remember what her name is though. I tried to get you that retweet. She told me she could not do it. She couldn't give you that retweet, which was not nice. You definitely broke that story. I know Mike gave you some slander today, but you broke it. And I think her name was her name is now. She's on my timeline constantly. Let's see. Something Noah Grazel, I don't know, some woman. She's actually kind of cute, but Noah Dalzell. So
Yo,
I tried. Oh, here he is.
how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good, thank you. Look, I just heard you and Freddy fighting. I'm a bit behind on the show.
Yeah. He acted like a fucking bitch.
Yeah, he's very sensitive. It's
He is.
Look, I appreciate it. Things are falling apart across the street. I think we should just let Rome burn. Already, at least one show's confirmed to come over, the unrelated show, and I think. I'm in discussions with PRC. He's going to bring his show across to the Menace Minifan Network. And what fucking bullshit. Apparently, they've bumped PRC for Mutt. Mutt, who has consistently fucking shat on the networks, ignored the networks. He waves his arm a little, and everyone just moves out of the way for him. Where PRC has been slogging away for months making content, and that loyalty just thrown back in his face. I think it's
even today he was like embarrassed to go back on the network, right? It's just it's unbelievable. PRC has been a great soldier. That is an absolute disgrace.
Yeah, and also something's really annoying me, right? So I'm just gonna make this really clear.
Yeah.
So Sneakers says he keeps receipts.
Mhm.
I keep receipts too, Sneakers. One, you went after Tim Ridgeld's wife on the stream out of nowhere, absolutely laid into her for no reason. Two, you organized Billy Tibbetts to go after Kirk's daughter. I know that got a little out of hand, but you were part of it. Three, you went and jumped VD and tried to beat him up. No one, especially not you, Sneakers, should be judging others. You have no right to judge Drew. Sure, those tweets of his tweeting out people's family is not good.
Nope.
But Sneakers, I've got the receipts. You have done way more bad shit than Drew. So just fuck off back to your building site and leave him alone. And all those little minions that fucking swarm around Sneakers.
Brutal.
You're so fucking dumb. You're all stupid. You're all fucking stupid, and you need to grow up. Just let me repeat it. Sneakers went after Tim Ridge's wife. He called her a man on a stream out of nowhere. Two, he got Billy Tibbetts to make a video about Kirk's daughter. Three, he went and tried to physically assault a Minifan. And then in more embarrassment, Sneakers, you big tough guy, Jay was able to get you off VD and then fucking jerk you off in the middle of Boston. So not only are you a piece of shit, you're also a maggot. So all I'm saying
after
is,
Tim Riggle's wife. I didn't know that. How the fuck are you? So what are we talking about here? What are you doing?
So what I'm saying is, it's all shit. Drew made a mistake. He's owned it. It, right? Whether he was on drugs or not, I do not know. But all I'm saying is, let's move on, because Sneakers is the last person to be casting judgment on anybody. And those three receipts, I could probably dig through the archives and find another 6 to 10 times where Sneakers has gone too far. Did Drew go too far? Yes, he
Yes.
did. Right?
Yep.
Other Minifans have gone too far in the past. I'm telling you, call off the fucking dog sneakers and you piece of shits in the troll chat and move on. All right?
They
I
are
will
all
keep
kinda
the
sad,
receipts.
though. Yeah, I mean, they just follow whatever he tells them to do, which I give him credit. He's running a good crew, but they have no room to speak either. I have people in that chat saying, "I know where you live." One guy he tells me what my building looks like. I got somebody posting dead pictures of my fucking brother. You fucking piece of dog shit. Then I have other people posting pictures of my wife, ex-wife, which is fine. Listen, I'm not like upset about it. It's fine. It's just you're a fucking hypocrite. Don the Jeweler is the biggest hypocrite of all time. Just a scumbag.
Don't even look at the chat. Don't even look at the chat.
No, I'm just saying in general, he's just a scum.
Just ignore him. He's nothing. He's a nobody. Like Don's a faceless piece of shit. He hides behind his Twitter account. He's never done any content. All he does is, throw shit at people. Again, he's like Sneakers, just a hypocrite. Just a hypocrite. I'm sure Don's gone after people's families for sure. Because Ziggy, I know, and Don and Ziggy are probably the same person. Ziggy likes to go through people's personal Facebook accounts to find information. So, Look, anyway, we're getting in the weeds here.
That's right.
All I just want to say is, Sneakers, back the fuck off. Back the fuck off and look in the mirror, okay? Because I've given you 3 examples of you being a complete asshole. And any of those 3 things, no one should ever talk to you again. By your rationale, Sneakers, by yours, that you're fucking putting in that dumb troll chat and telling me not to have someone on my network, I found 3 things. You shouldn't be on any network ever again. And I have given you second chances, Sneakers. You've been on Mena's Live. You were begging me on to come last week. You've been on Minifandom. So you are a fucking hypocrite.
And he's also fucked up that guy's show too. I mean, John's show. Just John he's fucking gutless. But he has him in a pinch now. Nobody wants to go on the show. He's trying to control who goes on. It's just like I don't want to say this the wrong way because I don't want him to take it the wrong way. But the fact is like he puts himself in these situations too. If you don't go after people and attack people constantly, you don't have to worry about this as much. I'm not saying what that guy did was right because it's not. You don't post people's pictures of their family. You don't do any of that shit. I'll say this again. You don't do those things. But when you go at people like this, people going at people, it causes people to do. Sometimes these kind of things can happen. You can't sit there and cry like you're not part of the problem. Of course you are. Of course you are. So, whatever.
Yeah, I thought Drew was great appearance on Kane's Corner. He's a whack job, perfect for the Mena's Minifan Network. I like him. We've all made mistakes. Let's just wipe the slate clean with Drew, move on. He's a good guy. We need characters like Drew in the universe. So, yeah, just frustrates me, the hypocrisy. That's what I can't stand. Like, as I said, Sneakers is the last person to be passing judgment. He's a funny guy. Learn to laugh again, Sneakers. Kane said it at the top of the show, and I'll say it again. It's a comedy podcast. See how funny it is?
What do you think about that last 10 minutes of the show today? That was pretty fun, huh?
KMS.
Yeah. You finish it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what much?
What did you think about Biodude in general? Thought he did a good job?
Well, I guess breaking news, Kirk has been booked on Mena's Live. That'll be airing Friday night. It'll be a live broadcast to keep your weekends entertained. Freddie. I keep the receipts, but I'm also saying let's wipe the slate clean. I won't bring up the receipts. Go back to your shitty fucking show. Anyway, actually, it was all right. Fireside chat's fine.
It was good.
I thought I didn't like the way the seats are arranged. I would have preferred Mutt to be on that end chair and Steve and Biodude to be in the main spots. Sure. But I've only listened once. I need to listen again. But Biodude was as expected. He was just fine. Steve from Gloucester was fine. I thought it was actually the perfect show before the holidays. There was just mayhem. Mutt was pissed. You had the weirdness of Biodude, and Steve was the perfect turkey. He went in there, the fat fuck, gobble gobble gobble. Ate all the shit that he was dealt, and yeah, I mean, I'm happy with my bookings. I haven't sought an extension as booking agent, but I'm really happy with my term.
You're not going to do it again? Huh?
No, I mean, I'm not going to do the producer's job for free for them. I just wanted to make a point.
Yes.
Make a point.
You made it loud and clear.
That I can book the show better than them from 10,000 miles away.
Yeah, I mean it's getting tough in there. Justin's kind of cracking. I mean, I know I heard you the other day say it. He seems off. I think Kirk basically said he's not. You can just tell he's not happy with him right now, for whatever reason. But he's annoyed.
He is. All right.
Well,
I just wanted to jump on because it just annoys me, the hypocrisy. So, sneakers, just from friend to friend, we've had good times together. Just take on board what I'm saying. Take on board, and the whole troll chat, take on board what I'm saying. And I've got to say, Kane, thank you for getting Brandon on your show, because he would have been a disaster in studio. Like that, he's a nice guy, but there needs to be a minimum level of like brain function to go into studio, and
it's the place to do it. You bring you on and you warm up here. If you turn into something, you do. That's what our kind of job I would think would be. Try to find people to go on the main show. That's all I care about. The only reason I do the show is because for the show. Why else would you do it? So,
Menace Minifan Network's stronger than ever. Unrelated show will be airing this week. So yeah, thanks, Kane.
All right, bye. Sorry, Drew. What'd you think? Menace. Oh, sorry. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all right. You take care, guys. I gotta go.
All
Bye.
right,
Thank you, Manners.
Drew, thank you for coming on. I know you were sitting back there, so I brought Jack on. Manners is a funny guy. Kind of defended you there, so we should see how this goes.
Yeah, I appreciate it. He made some good points, and he made some
I didn't
real
know
good
about
points.
that other thing with Tim Riddle's wife. That's fucked up. If that's true, I don't know what that looks like, so I don't want to comment on it now. But if that is true, that's pretty hard to stand on and say something about somebody else. I'm just saying. So I don't know what it looks like. It could be way over. That could just be a little dramatized. I don't know, but we're gonna find out. I'm sure. I'm sure Sneakers has it too. So yeah, you can't do that. So
No, and moving forward, I'm keeping family out of everything, except
Smart
possibly Don the Jeweler is calling me a piece of shit in the chats. He can go fuck himself. I said nice things about him earlier, but he's calling me a piece of shit in the chat. So
Don is a faceless, gutless fucking
pussy,
and he just doesn't. He's all he does is he just stirs shit up, and he gets everybody. Look what he said. Look what he said. That's all he can do.
Loser.
That's all he does. He brings nothing to the table. He stinks on Twitter now. I told him today he had like 3 likes on one of his posts. He's falling apart. He's come at me a bunch of times. His main thing to me is like, you're a dummy. It's like, wow. That is creative. It hurts. I don't know what I'm going to do about it. But the bottom line is here, Drew's coming on the networks. That's the message managers. Whatever, if the receipts are the other way, you can't say both ways. I don't agree with what you did. I don't.
Fair.
But at the end of the day, I think like he's right. You got to move on. If it happens again or something, that's another story.
Fair.
You swear it won't.
Yeah.
And it's Thanksgiving, it's Christmas time, the Christmas spirit. We're gonna do some forgiving around here. So Drew, thank you so much. We'll see you soon. We're gonna get out of here.
Happy
Have
holiday.
a good one.